Everyone, thank you for joining our Fochi. Tonight is the first night of our Dharma talk. How was your afternoon of reciting a Buddha's name? Okay, that good, huh? Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's continue with the Dharma talk the Master Shihua gave us. It's a continuation of the last Fochi instruction Dharma talk that we had. This section was, we read the Chinese, the English already. I'm supposed to explain this section, so I didn't quite remember what it was about, so I quickly ran through it. And so here's the context. He says that all of us, everyone, including the Buddha. Buddha is not exempt from this. Everyone in this world is here because our karmas took us here. Both good and bad karmas. Okay? And this karma here for the unaware, they don't realize that the karmas are pulling them along, making them drift aimlessly and endure a lot of suffering. This is why it's called the Saha world. Saha world is a world of suffering. Okay, what's interesting about our place, our world, is that it's full of suffering, but we can endure it. The majority of us can endure it. Okay, so when you endure it, what are you supposed to do? You mean her? What do you mean her? Never thought of it before, have you? The Buddha says, I'm going to create this Saha world as my world, where I'm going to bring my people here and put them here. Okay? And I'm going to call it can endure. Okay? That's the nature of my Buddha land. My Buddha land is that I bring all of my students here. Okay? And they will find out that their lives are full of suffering. Okay, my world is a world of suffering, but they can endure it. Okay, all the suffering that we're undergoing, doesn't matter who you are, we can endure them. That's why we're here. So I'm going to go through the slides, and I want you to think about what are you supposed to do. Okay, you brought here. You're here because it's to your advantage. Buddhas don't do anything haphazardly, capriciously like us. Unlike us, Buddhas are very, very deliberate. Okay? And so he says here in slide 157, says, our karmas are pulling us along, making us drift endlessly. We find that we are enduring, we're having a lot of suffering in our lives. The body is not working anymore. We need love. I'm not looking at anyone particular, okay? Don't get. We're not getting what we want, looking for a job, we can't get a job, and so on and so on. We don't get along with people we love, people we really love. We just can't get along with them. They just don't know how much we love them. It's so much suffering in that way, yeah? And so it's so much suffering. And furthermore, this world is filthy. Okay? It's a lot of filth. And furthermore, Master Yonghua says, doesn't matter who you are. Let's say in our world, if someone's body moved it, that's why it's stuck now. If you don't change it, it's going to burn out the thing. Thank you. Even if you're the emperor is supposed to be the number one in the empire, in a big area, big country. Even when you are an emperor, if you are number one, there's one thing that's for sure that awaits you is death. You can't avoid it. You're going to die. Okay? And not only do you die, but you have to realize that as an emperor, you're creating a lot of offenses. Did you hear? I just read the news before I came here, which is bomb Iran. Three different places. It's like a game for these people. They don't care. If people are their subjects, the people of the country are suffering, they don't care. You die, you're supposed to die. I don't have to die. Okay? So as an emperor, you make decisions that will hurt and create even more suffering for a lot of people. And you do that more often than you're helping people. Okay? And this is why, by the way, folks, after you become, because you don't become an emperor one lifetime. You know that? You should become an emperor and then become an emperor again and again and again. And one day you woke up and say, gee, it's not working out for me. I hurt a lot of people. So what I'm going to do next? I'm going to become a monk. Advertisement. I cannot pass it up, okay? Bear with me, okay? Let me get back on track, okay? So you create a lot of offenses. Let me tell you, eventually, down the road, one day you wake up and say, Master Yonghua is right. I created so many offenses. Let me shake my head. Like many emperors before you did. Amitabha Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, Buddha, they all became emperors. And then they gave it up and said, it's not as exciting as it sounds. When you're not an emperor, you feel so impressed with it. Once you're an emperor and you do it a few times, I don't know about this. Let me do it one more time, see what happens. Anyway, you don't believe me? You will. Okay, so you create so many karmic offenses. All right? And let me tell you, the next time that you girls become an emperor, become a monk or nun, look and you say that Master Yonghua said so. I told you so. Okay? Because you'll be tired of all this nonsense. It's a question of time, trust me. Because what you're doing here in this Fochi here is create so many blessings for yourself. All day, you're creating blessings and blessings and blessings. What are you going to do with all your blessings? Many of you have this inner desire, to be the big boss. Some of them resent being like, number 2, number 3. Okay? And so in that secret resentment you all have, this is why you cannot resist becoming an emperor or empress. Okay? Whatever your interest is. Okay? Anyway, so you as a person on top of there, you really lack wisdom, therefore you create a lot of offenses. Okay, now more offenses, you create more suffering than you really are helping. In particular, when you don't really have wisdom, you think you make the right choices, actually you're not. Okay, and this is why in Buddhism, it's only after you open your wisdom, that's when you become celestial king and emperor and pope and so forth. Okay? After, not before. Okay? And each and every person has his or her own pain and suffering. Okay? Everyone is suffering. It says, furthermore, example, in America, this Trump became president. Nixon became president. I'm sorry, forgive me. Okay? He brought so many problems. Okay? I feel vindicated because he talks about politics too. Stop criticizing me, okay? Even my masters goes into politics. Okay, he brought many problems. Okay, and from morning till night. Now the Senate wanted to investigate this Watergate crisis. Every single time this was mentioned, I believe, immediately the president immediately got a headache, and he immediately became very afflicted. So Master Shua knew that when it happened, he looked and so he has a headache. Okay, and eventually he couldn't take anymore, so it's not worth it. He better get out. So he stepped down, and he had to be hospitalized, and found some sort of vascular inflammation, heart issues, stress, heart connection. What are those various ailments? It's never just the heart issue, it's just many more. Even as noble as president, he cannot avoid so many afflictions, not to mention the rest of us. Can we talk turkey? What are afflictions? He just told you. What are your afflictions? Just told you right here. You don't get it? Am I the only one who gets it here, around here? Old woman? You have all the wisdom in the world? Old woman from Master Shinhua disciples? She's a Master Shinhua disciple. Everyone, look at her. Hiding behind the pillar. It's Master Shinhua disciples. One of the few who's still alive. Yeah? What is he telling you? He's telling you, this is, excuse me, that's how subtle it is. When he says Nixon has had to abdicate, he had to check in the hospital, he found out he had vascular inflammation, heart issues, and then not just heart issues, he also had a lot more problems. And then he says, he cannot avoid so many afflictions. Therefore, afflictions equals physical ailments. It's a matter of time. If you dwell on afflictions, okay, and if you don't meditate, you don't recite the Buddha's name, your affliction will make you sick. Do you agree with that deduction? That's what's happening to our bodies. And when you become older, that's when it's more obvious to you. Okay? All right? Anyway, I don't want to make you depressed. Okay, so many are just, the world is just a world of 苦恼. 苦恼, 苦 is suffering, now is afflictions. It's not mental suffering, but it is, 苦 is suffering and it's afflictions. Lots of suffering, lots of afflictions. Okay? You could translate it as mental suffering, but actually it's also physical and also combinations. All right? And the more money you have, the higher position you hold, the more affliction you have. Fact of life. So far, so good? And in each household, from what I know, every member of a household, every single person in a household, all have their own problems. Extremely complicated, very complex, and there's a lot of rights and wrongs. Okay? And that's a fact, I guess. On the surface, every single household looks like they are doing very well. Yeah, look at the Jones next door. They're doing very well, right? We all know that. But in fact, they may be driving a Mercedes, but look into the details. Soon you investigate, you may be driving a Porsche. Anyone driving a Porsche? Oh, never mind. Sorry, it's a slip of a tongue. Anyone driving a Toyota? Okay. You find more and more afflictions, problems that cause afflictions, troublesome matters. Okay, and it's unavoidable. Every single household, every single family, it doesn't matter the level of wealth, whether you 1%, 90%, or the 0.01%. Okay, you have a lot of afflictions. We all have a lot of afflictions. Did you read about Bezos's marriage, wedding? I didn't know. It was disgusting. I'm sure, pretty sure some absurd amount of money spent. No? Not interested? Excuse me? I didn't read much about it. They both turned me off. So, one plastic, one looks too much like me. Okay, oops, there goes my potential donations. Every household looks like doing very well. You ask them, investigate the details, you find more and more problems. Especially in America household, every family has problems. The biggest problem that really bothers Master Shenhua is divorce. This is you talking about 50 years ago. 50, 60 years ago, it's a big problem in America. Now it's normal. But back then, for his generation, it's not acceptable that people get married and they divorce. And that's why he found to be shocking here in the West. And he's very vehement about this. He says, this is wrong, especially you have a child, okay? And the child, even with the child, people still get divorced, okay? And when they feel like they get married, they make a baby, and then they get divorced. It's like no consideration, no planning at all, okay? And married for 2.5 days, and divorce again, divorce 2.5 days, and married again, okay? How romantic, huh? Okay. for Master Shenhua, you're not serious. You can't be serious. You're not serious about marriage. And this bothers him. It really, really bothers him. I don't know why. Does it bother you anymore nowadays? It's just normal, right? For us, you love, you get married. I mean, to me, when you love someone, even if as a man, aren't you supposed to ask for her hand? Anyone? I mean, that's how you express your love, right? Am I the only one? It's not what you think. Jesus. You don't let anyone, anything get by, huh? Okay. The point here is that people get attached, they get emotional. I find it's sort of cute that, the woman asks a man for marriage and vice versa, the man asks a woman for marriage, because that's how you express your love. What's wrong with that? Yeah, old woman, what's your problem? But no, from my friend Shenhua, it's like you get married, it's like forever. Okay? And it's the same thing you ask him, after you get married, are we supposed to have sex? He said, no. Okay? And so it's a different world, like her world. That's why she disagreed with me discreetly. And so for Master Shenhua, he just hates it. He says, get divorced and get married again. You guys are not serious. Morning to night, there are many trouble. All of them have all these problems. And those who stay close to go monastery have a few of these troubles. As soon as they leave, all the troubles come. All these troubles come. Okay. And again, since we're here, can I remind you what you're supposed to do here for the next 7 days, 6 days? Okay. You're supposed to, when you're here in the Buddha Hall, okay, at least in the Buddha Hall, just put everything down, put all your afflictions down, put all your troubles down, just concentrate on the Buddha's name. That's all you do. It's that simple. Nothing to think about. Okay? If you ask, Master, what am I supposed to do? Even that thought should not even enter your mind. Just Amitofo, Amitofo, constantly. Follow the schedule, okay, when you're here in the Buddha Hall. Is that clear? It's that simple. That's the beauty of this Fochi, is that you simply, mindlessly, without thinking, when I say mindlessly, meaning that do not give rise to any kinds of thoughts. Just follow along. They chant, you chant. They meditate, you meditate. They walk, you walk. That's all. That's all you do. Single-mindedly do that. Can you do that? That's all. This is what this Dharma is about. For the duration, only in the Buddha Hall. Just drop everything, okay, and focus on following the assembly. It's very powerful. If you can do that, you are a superior person. You're worth more than the emperor. That's how many blessings you have. If you simply are able to follow the schedule like that, you are creating so many blessings. So even if you can't do it all day, come in for half an hour, for an hour, for 2 hours. Just do it. And when you're tired, have your son drive you home. But when you do that, just put everything down. It does wonders for your body and your mind. not to mention the incredible amount of blessings you're going to have for yourself. Okay? And this is how you get rich people. Believe, because eventually all the blessings you're creating through these sessions, they'll be translated into worldly riches. How do you think these people became emperors? They became presidents, became a tycoon? Because those money, those assets, the wealth, are physical conversion from your blessings. This is what worldly people are confused about. They think that it's because they're smart that they become rich, become successful. Being smart, having the right friend, knowing the right people, being at the right time, are only conditions to help ripen the blessings that you already have. Don't be confused about it, folks. Without your blessings, you cannot become an emperor. You cannot become rich. You cannot become a scientist. And this is where worldly people are confused about. So, allow me to remind you, this is the best thing possible you can do for yourself, for your future. Just focus on reciting Buddha's name. Okay? As much as you can, as long as you can. That's all you have to do. Any questions? And this environment here, all this is for that purpose. It's hard for you to believe. And that's why even my own people, they don't believe it. They like see it as master forcing them to do things they don't like. Losers. You have to go first. That's why they fall behind when others who concentrate on doing this surpass them. You understand that? Even that's what happened to my masters, to my peers. Here in WMT, they are messing with me. Okay? I want you to beat them up. This is consistent with the audio. When I speak Dharma during the Chis, during the Dharma lectures, sometimes they come. It's your job to take care of it. All right. So, what was I? Oh, forget Go Force. Okay, Go Force.
Good evening, Foster. This is my first time at Go Forest. First time attending the Fochi. And actually I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed it. That is understatement. I mean, normally I try to practice reciting the Buddha's name at home, but after about 10 minutes I'm bored and I just don't get further than that. But when I attended this Fochi, I just followed along, and I was able to continually recite the Buddha's name. I mean, like, that seems, I don't know, it's kind of a miracle for me, you know? So I'm wondering, like, is there like some special thing about the way this event is orchestrated? You know, the beating of the drums, the chanting by the cantor. You know, is that causing me to just drop in line? You know, be part of the group.
Did you do it in the morning or afternoon?
I was here in the afternoon. There was only the afternoon session.
You started at what time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So we can't claim it's the lunch. Okay, Samguk Sini, what happened? I have no clues. How is it possible? How many people were there? Were you the only one, or?
No, there's a number of people here.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a weekend. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
I found that this was also the same when I attended the Guan Yin sessions. You know, they recited. I only attended the morning session.
I see. And where were you before? Which temples were you before? I'm curious. You don't have to answer that.
Go Sage.
Go Sage? Oh, that's why. Was Heng Yun there? The abbess there, Heng Yun. Was she there when you attended the sessions?
For sure, I have to be honest with you. I don't speak Chinese, and so when you say the name, I'm not familiar with them because everybody there speaks Chinese, and don't.
Okay, and they don't speak to you, only Chinese. I see that.
Yeah.
And what about the abbess there? Was she there? I'm curious. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking because I'm curious. The abbess, the head of the temple, was she there?
I think she was, but you know, I'm just guessing. I mean, I don't know her. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I know. If you show me a face, I might be able to say yes, she was there. You know.
No, she's aged a lot. I don't think I can recognize her anymore. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Yong, show him her photo in your cell phone. See, he has it. Go figure. Anyway, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. There's lots of reasons. And I'm not sure which ones I should tell you about, because if I tell them, I explain too much to you, it sounds like I'm bragging. It's because basically, let me brag a little. Because it's the people around you. Okay? When you go to a place, the people around you, the people who live there, they can influence your experience. Okay? And in particular for today, I look at who you're with right there in your clans, your clansmen, versus here. You also get some help from here as well. Okay? So typically what happens is that when you meditate, when you recite the Buddha's name, when you attend a ceremony, who you do it with makes a difference, a huge difference. Okay? It's like this, to give an example. It's like you're trying to, let's say, recite the Buddha's name. And there's someone next to you, like a kid, making a lot of noises. you will get distracted. Yes?
Yes.
On the other hand, if someone next to you can really concentrate and recite very clearly, and the simple act of that person being able to focus single-mindedly on the recitation, which a few of them are able to do there this afternoon, okay? They're extremely helpful to you. It helps you concentrate better than you were to do it by yourself. So that's what happens. There's many, many reasons, but I give you a simple reason you can observe for yourself. Okay? So next time, look around you. Will you able to concentrate better? Okay? Whenever the next time is, look around you. It's probably the same faces.
Okay.
Okay? But there's many more reasons. All right. Where were we? KU2.
네, 입금님의 질문입니다. 가르침에 감사드립니다, 마스터. 저는 2주 전에 마스터께 보산사에서 5시간의 명상을 하고 생긴 일에 대해 질문을 드렸었고, 마스터께서는 집에서 5시간의 명상을 해보라고 조언해 주셨습니다. 그래서 저는 지난주 토요일에 보산사에 오지 않고 집에서 10시에 마스터의 법문을 들으면서 5시간의 명상을 시작했습니다. 5시간의 명상을 시작하면서 저의 마음이 상당히 불안했습니다. 왜냐하면 보산사에서 5시간의 명상을 하고 나서 몸에 문제가 생긴 이후에는 2시간 이상 명상을 하기가 힘들었기 때문입니다. 이유를 말씀드리면 1년 이상을 명상을 하면서 이제는 결과부자에 익숙해져 얼마 전까지만 해도 2시간 정도는 무난하게 자세를 유지했는데 보산사에서 5시간을 한 후 몸에 문제가 생긴 이후에는 명상을 할 때 통증이 심해져 2시간 이상을 하기가 힘들었기 때문입니다. 그래서 5시간의 명상을 시작하면서도 과연 내가 5시간을 앉아 있을 수 있을지 자신이 없었습니다. 명상을 시작하고 2시간이 지나면서는 몇 번이나 다리를 풀려고 생각했고 마음도 계속 불안했습니다. 그런데 3시간이 지나면서 불안감이 사라지고 마음이 편안해졌습니다. 통증은 아까와 같았지만 5시간을 할 수 있을 거라는 확신이 들었습니다. 그렇게 5시간의 명상을 오후 3시에 끝내고 나니 마음도 편안하고 몸도 특별한 문제가 없었습니다. 그리고 저녁 10시경에 약간의 두통이 몰려왔고 가슴의 답답함 또한 조금씩 발생했습니다. 다음날 아침 일어나 보니 두통은 없었지만 현재까지 계속 가슴의 답답함은 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 현재는 매일 저녁 때 1시간에서 1시간 반 정도 명상을 하고 명상을 시작하고 20분 정도가 지나면 가슴에 답답함이 없어지고 다음날이 되면 다시 조금씩 발생하고 있습니다. 가슴의 답답함은 전보다는 약한 상태입니다. 감사합니다.
Hi, Master. Would you like to have a short version or the long one? Translation.
The longer, the better.
Thank you. Thank you for your teaching, Master. This is from Ipgun. 2 weeks ago, I asked you about what happened to me after doing 5 hours of meditation at JMT. You advised me to try meditating for 5 hours at home instead. So last Saturday, I didn't go to JMT. Instead, I began to sit 5-hour meditation session at 10 a.m. at home while listening to your Dharma talk. As I started the 5-hour meditation, I felt quite anxious. This was because ever since I experienced physical discomfort after the 5-hour sessions at JMT, it had become difficult for me to meditate for more than 2 hours. To explain more, I had been meditating for over a year and had become accustomed to sitting in full lotus position. Until recently, I was able to maintain that posture for about 2 hours without any trouble. However, after a 5-hour session at JMT, I began to experience severe pain during meditation And since then, it was very difficult to sit for more than 2 hours. Because of that, I wasn't confident that I would be able to sit for 5 hours. After about 2 hours into the meditation, I thought several times about unfolding my legs and continued to feel mentally unease. But after 3 hours passed, the anxiety disappears and I felt more at ease. Even though the pain remained the same, I became confident that I'd be able to complete the 5 hours. When I finished the 5-hour meditation at 3 p.m., I felt calm and didn't have any particular physical issues. However, around 10 p.m., I began to feel a slight headache and a bit of tightness in my chest. When I woke up the next morning, the headache was gone, but the chest tightness has continued up to now. Currently, I meditate for about an hour to about an hour and a half, or half every morning. After about 20 minutes of meditation, the chest tightness usually goes away, but it tends to return slightly the next day. The discomfort of my chest is now weaker than it was before. Thank you.
Oops. I forgot to tell you that after you go for long sits, wait for your body to fully recover. Physically, your muscles have to feel perfectly okay before you resume. Okay, don't overdo it. There's no rush at all. So you sit for 5 hours and breakthrough for you, and then wait until the legs are completely fine before you do it again. It sounds like she's doing it too soon. She's pushing too hard, too fast. Okay? Slow down. You're not like us. We have different timetables. You have different training schedule than you. You, as lay people, should take it easy and rest your body. Give it a full rest. Depending who you are. If you're older and it takes longer for you to recover fully physically, so be it. You're younger, it's probably faster for you, and so forth. Okay? As far as all those things happened, I think they're normal. They're good things that happen to you. Don't worry so much. Don't need to understand so much. And if you have further detailed question like that, you can contact us. I have a lot of instructors in Korea as well as we have here in the U.S. There's someone who coordinates the program for us. It's XP. I call her XP. She can help you with those issues. And they're fairly simple. There's nothing for you to worry about. Okay? Thank you for asking the questions. Continue. And again, rest fully before continuing. Take your time. There's no rush at all. Okay? All right. Where were we? Here in slide 176, and those who stay close or go monastery have fewer troubles. Soon you leave the monastery, these troubles come, and they come. And that's what happens. That when you're at the temple, you have some protection, not only from aid, from your peers, from your leaders, but also you have some help from the guardian protectors. For example, the people who are at the temple that the gentleman in Gold Force asked about mentioned, okay, the Dharma protectors are pretty good, okay, they're not bad. That's why I asked about the abbot, whether the abbot was there, the abbess was there or not. She was there, then she brings her own Dharma protectors. So the temple tends to be calmer, more peaceful than when she's not there, because her lieutenants, from what I saw 10 years ago, are kind of low level, okay, typical of the monks and nuns there, because after Master Srinath passed away, they really don't make progress anymore. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay? So the only good protection potentially you can get is about Master Hsuan direct disciples. The Qin generation, they don't have any real skills or knowledge. Okay? All right. And so the trouble, when you leave the temple, that's when the trouble comes, and that's true. When you have protection here, this is why in particular, even at our temple, I promise you, protection is the strongest than Buddha Hall, because I said so. Okay? And it's for a reason. When you're in Buddha Hall, we make it on purpose so that you receive very strong protection, okay, to facilitate your cultivation. When you get out of Buddha Hall, go to the restroom and so forth, the protection is there, and you're probably not sensitive enough to see, but it's not as strong as the Buddha Hall. In Buddha Hall, we're very strict, and then we have a lot of invisible beings who are also here as well, to cultivate with you. So that's why their presence, the protection that provided to them as well, because we need to protect them so that they can cultivate themselves, not you. So that's why their level is quite a bit higher than yours. So protection here in Buddha Hall is incredibly strong. And when you go downstairs, go to the bathroom, cross the yard to the dining area, it's not the same. Okay? So why is that? Because then it's designed for you to learn to keep reciting Buddha's name, okay? So that you don't lose it. So go outside of Buddha Hall, remember to recite the Buddha's name. When you recite the Buddha's name, you will continue. We will get the same kind of mindset, if you will. Okay? That's by design. Year 7.
Thank you, Master. That's a question. I do notice the energy in the women's restroom is different. But is that true? We are not supposed to recite Buddha's name in the restroom, right?
You can recite everywhere. Buddhas don't mind at all.
Okay.
Just don't recite loudly. Recite silently.
Okay.
It's not cool to come into the bathroom and I hear Amidofo, Amidofo, Amidofo. It's inappropriate.
Okay.
Okay. Buddhas don't mind, but the other people will be afflicted. Trust me. You know, Wan Yin, Amitabha Buddha says, oh, she works so hard. They say, I like her. But it's the other one who will complain to Master Z. Did you know, Master Z, that woman recites Amitabha loudly when she's, That's too much. Okay? That's all. You can recite everywhere. Oh. All right. So the trouble will come. Don't worry, the trouble will come. But according to Master Hsuan, you should worry. I should say, he says, if you leave the temple, they come at you furiously. Okay, that's the way it is. And are we there yet? This is a new section? Yeah? Okay, any questions? I'm testing you. Were you listening? Okay, then. Never mind. Continue. I'm glad I don't have to speak.
我记得，在1968年，有一对夫妇，1968年呢，开暑假班的时候，他在西雅图就准备好了，夫妇两个要离婚。
I remember in the past, in 1968, there was a couple. In 1968, when the summer classes started, when the husband and wife were in Seattle, they had already prepared to get a divorce.
离婚 婚两个又都到这儿来参加暑假班，参加了暑假班又都皈依了。
2 months after their divorce, they both came here to participate in the summer classes. After participating in the summer classes, they also both took refuge.
所以我对他们讲了，叫他们不要离婚，他们也就答应了，夫妇两个也受菩萨戒，以后啊，就很诚心的。
After taking refuge, I spoke to them, saying they should not divorce. So they just agreed. They agreed. That couple also took the Bodhisattva precepts. Afterwards, they were very sincere.
那么他们在家庭来呀，那时候就带着有800多块钱。
So they were at home, and when they came in, at that time, they were carrying over $800.
800多块钱呢，这个女的在手袋里带着，就到这个饭厅里就去吃饭。
Over $800. This lady carried it in her handbag and went to the restaurant to eat.
吃饭呢，她这个手袋就忘了那地方不拿，回来想起来，当时就问了，说。
While eating, this handbag of hers was forgotten at that place. She didn't take it. When she came back, she remembered. She then asked me, saying,
我手袋丢了，会不会丢啊？我说你回去就找着了，你不要害怕。
Master, I lost my handbag. Will it be lost? I said, when you go back, you will find it. You shouldn't be afraid.
他过了1天回去了，果然也找着了，那还在那个地方没有动静。那么他因为这个就很有信心。
She went back 1 day later, and indeed found her handbag, still there, unmoved. So because of this, she became very faithful.
很有信心，两个就不回西雅图了，在三藩市就住了5、6年。
Very faithful. The two of them thus didn't return to Seattle. They stayed in San Francisco, staying for 5 to 6 years.
两个人都很好的，也没有那么吵架了，也没有那么喝酒了，家庭里都很和气。
The two of them were both very good. Also, they didn't argue as they used to. Also, didn't drink as before. In the family, it was very harmonious.
这个女的呢，又在大学里读书，又毕业。毕业就说在西雅图那儿有好的工作，她就搬回去了。
This lady studied in the university again, and also graduated too. So, after graduating, they said over in Seattle there were good jobs, and therefore moved back.
搬了回没用半年，两个搞得又离婚了，也就很多麻烦出来。
They moved back in, but not even half a year later, boom, divorced again. Then a lot of trouble came up again.
女的呢就另外找个男的，男的又另外找个女的，搞得乱七八糟的。这个很男的不喝酒，也喝了酒了。
That woman, she went off and found another man. And the man, he found another woman too. It all turned into a complete mess. This man didn't even drink before, and now he's drinking too.
完了，搞得不得下台了，又来找我了。 这个女的来找我，问我怎么办。
Oh, after all of this, there was no way of backing away without being embarrassed. She came to look for me again. This woman came looking for me and asked, "What should I do?"
我说你们乱七八糟的，你们一开始的时候也没有来问问我，说我好不好去乱来。
I said, you both are foo-barred. You both, at the beginning, didn't even come to ask me, saying, "Is it okay if I go mess around?"
现在你们没有办法了，要来找我，我不管你们这个问题。
Now that both of you have no way out, you want to come find me. I won't deal with this issue of yours.
所以在美国这个家庭里没有一个真正是和乐家庭，这是我在美国的经验。
So, here in America, in the family, there is not truly harmonious and happy family. This is my experience here in America.
Okay, stop. Let me see, I try and see if I can make sense of this. So Master Shehua stopped a couple from getting divorced. Got the two of them together again. And then for them to get divorced later. So what's the point? Why did he do this? Someone helps me out. Master Shehua disciples, explain this to me. So he got the two of them decided to get divorced and put them together. Okay? And then as soon as they moved back to Seattle, they got divorced again. So what's the point? Yes, 9.
Mô Phật bà thầy, cái này là có cái nhân với có cái quả. Tại vì cái nhân quả nó không có chấm dứt, nó cứ luân hồi hoài. Mô Phật.
Hello, Master. So this is about cause and effect, because the cause and the effect does not finish, does not end. That's why they keep wandering in samsara.
He's a Hua. He's a Swain Hua. He's not transforming anyone. It's the same people who wanted the divorce. He only kept them temporarily together, and then they got divorced as soon as they left him. Okay, let's go to this story again. Okay? It's easy to criticize her master when she's this old. You remember, you used to come to my temple and try to fix me up. Okay, okay. You remember a story. You see, there's a couple. It's 1968. Summer classes started. Husband and wife lived in Seattle. They were preparing to get a divorce. They came to. They got 2 months after the divorce, and both came to the summer classes. He used to hold summer classes for students from Washington in Seattle, and Buddhist classes, I imagine. And after participating in summer classes where they kept very busy, they're busy from morning till late at night. It's nonstop, same schedule basically for left home people. Okay, and at the end of the summer classes, they both took refuge. Okay, after taking refuge, they say, "Now you're my disciples. I take care of you." Daniel, are you listening? never mind. Saying you should not divorce. So they agreed. You see, they even agreed with me. Should not get divorced. So I took the Bodhisattva precepts after that, and they are very sincere. And one time, they came in, and their woman is carrying $800, which is about $2,000 nowadays, at least. And in a handbag, went to a restaurant, forgot the handbag with the money there. And then she came, and when she remembered, she went home, remembered she forgot her handbag, so she came to the temple. See these. She came to the temple to bug him about $800 and a handbag. Okay? It says, I lost my handbag. Will it be lost? Should I bother going back there? Will I find it? And Master Shihon said, let me see. And he does a Karnak thing, you know. You don't watch Johnny Carson clearly. And she went back a day later, and she waited a day later, okay? He didn't even call that, you know, that's what you do. You leave, you know, call them up, say, hey, did you find me? Did you see a handbag? And later came back to the restaurant, found a handbag still there, untouched. So she believed because of that. Okay, and she believed, really believed, and they decided they would not return to Seattle, hang around San Francisco, and they stayed there for 5-6 years. And they would come to the temple. That's what he means. Both are very good. They would come to the temple. That's my interpretation. Okay, that's because when they come to the temple, they didn't argue. Okay, like they used to. Didn't drink like as before, and they became harmonious. And she picked up her studies again, graduated, and got her degree after graduating. He said there's an opening in Seattle, so good jobs, therefore they both moved back. And half a year later, boom, divorced again. A lot of trouble came. So what he means is that as soon as you move away from the temple, lots of trouble will find you. And what kind of trouble? The woman find another man, the man find another woman. It's very, very messy. And the man started drinking again. No way backing away from. So it's a big mess. So she came looking for him, said, what now? If this is how his disciples relate to him, stay over there. Don't come here. It's just too much trouble. You guys are too much trouble. What should I do? And Master Yehua says, it says, you are full of it. Okay, Luan Si Ba Zhao, you're all screwed up. When you never came bothered to ask me for permission to mess around. This is a very strange relationship between her master and her and people and his disciples. Do you understand, woman? Actually, it's healthier. Before she couldn't even sit this long for the lectures. Okay. Really weird woman. Is it okay for me to mess around? I said, at least you should have come and asked for my permission. And now there's a big mess here, and that's when you come and find me. And I will not help you. Okay, and this is a problem in America. There's not truly harmonious and happy family. It's my experience here in America. What do you think? You Americans, speak. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. On slide 191, it'll help me understand what I think a little bit more clearly. Is that 191? Thank you. Yeah, is that Great Master Shenhua actually using an army acronym? Is that an actual translation?
Wait, I'm trying to understand.
The end of it is beyond all recognition. I wouldn't want to.
I couldn't recognize
two.
the first two. Yeah, I understand, but the bar is kind of
Beyond all recognition.
นอนชีบาทเจ้า No, I wouldn't translate it like that.
Okay, because it would be interesting that during that time he's using an army acronym, but I get the spirit of the sentiment.
No, thank you for teaching me. I didn't know what it means. Fubar, huh? Okay.
That's like Iran right now, yeah.
Iran right now.
Iran right now, yes, FUBAR. Yeah, when you bomb 3 nuclear sites on the same day with
Boy,
B-2 bombers,
a lot of
that's FUBAR.
people is going to have a lot of problems. Huh?
Right, yeah.
Hopefully, it's not near too many people.
But I think it's really profound to see this story because you have a couple that lives within the proximity of the way place and is active there. But then as soon as they go back to where they came from, they go back to the old ways too.
Yeah, I agree. People don't understand Mr. Trump at all. Is that what you mean?
That was the parallel metaphor. Yes, but to answer your question.
For some reason, I knew he would bomb them already. It's not going to be 2 weeks. That's his style. Okay, he lulls you into complacency, and then he says, "So you're not serious, huh? I will show you what happened. You mess with me."
I mean, Fox News was describing the 30,000-ton bombs too accurately for him to not use them.
Yeah, and it's only the first wave. By the way, it's not one bomb. It's going to be one bomb and then another one and another one. If they're still not able to destroy the rest of it. These Iranians underestimate Yong's president, clearly. Yong, what do you have to say for yourself?
Amitabha Master, I'm a Buddhist, so I'm against killing. So.
What? Say what?
No matter what, you have to communicate. Yeah, I'm not agree with that. I'm not agree with my president.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. He really caught me by surprise. Anyway, it's all FUBAR. It's all FUBAR. Okay. He didn't ask. It's amazing. He says, 说好不好去乱来. He says, you didn't even ask for permission. I'm so shocked by this kind of story. And this is kind of relationship he has with his disciples. Huh? They got divorced and he said, no, get married again. So they got married again. And then he kept them together for a few years, 5 years. And then they split. And they get divorced. Yes, Professor Jane.
Thank you, Master. Because they took the Bodhisattva precepts. And the earlier slides mentioned that.
Yes.
So I assume that's the reason Master Shenhua felt under the Bodhisattva precepts, the they need to ask for permission.
Since when? Do you know something I don't? You take precepts, and now I give you precepts. Now every time you want to break precepts, you ask for my permission. Is that a rule in Buddhism that I don't know about? Where do you learn that from?
We didn't take the Bodhisattva precept.
Then what makes you say that, you make a comment that you're supposed to ask for permission? Okay? All right. I find it weird that I said, you didn't even bother asking for my permission. And now, since you asked for my permission, it's no longer my problem. Okay? And this is what I feel is the problem with a typical problem. Okay? They are so dependent on him. As long as he's around, they behave, and they are at the best behavior because of him. But it's more of fear, more of following him, rather than improving. His name is Hua. Hua means to transform, meaning that when you're bad, I transform you into a good person. When you're a good person, I transform you into, a better person. Thank you. He was expecting me to say this. I have so many jokers around me. This is incredible. So you're good, you get gooder. Okay? And so it's weird to me that I find this story funny, because if you're like that, go to the temple, please. Okay. I don't have time for you to come and call me, Master, I forgot my handbag. Is this going to be still there when I go back to the restaurant? I said, call the restaurant, you dummy. Why are you to ask me? It's just, where's your common sense? But no, he says, let me see. No wonder they all believe him. I believe him, and that helped me. Yes, go for us. Thank you for waiting.
Foster, I want to take you back to your comment earlier about blessings by attending these events at the temple. We accrue blessings. That's what I think I paraphrased what you said. Can you tell me the difference between blessings and merit? And, when do you accrue merit as opposed to blessings? And let's say you want to accrue merit, because I've heard that if you want to end birth and death, you need merit to do that. I might be wrong about that. I'm just quoting, what I heard, I think.
From where?
Need I say?
It's all a little bit off. In Buddhism, you learn to accrue blessings and wisdom. It's no merit. The Buddha never really taught you that you're supposed to accrue merit. Okay? The corporate line, the official line of Buddhism, Buddhist teaching, is that you accrue blessings and virtue. Is that clear?
Okay, it will be now.
Okay, now, how do you accrue blessings? Is the next question. You accrue blessings. The Buddhists are taught you're supposed to create merit and virtue. That's how you generate blessings and wisdom. All right? And so, merit and virtue is what the Buddhists are taught. Merit is that when you do something that benefits others, okay, you do something in the spirit, with a public spirit, meaning you want to benefit others instead of just benefiting yourself like ordinary people do. Ordinary people put themselves before everyone else. Okay? In Buddhism, you create merit by putting everyone before you. So you benefit others. And by benefiting others before benefiting yourself, that's how you create merit. In Buddhism, merit is very, very clear where I come from. I'm teaching you about merit is that it's not enough. Let me clarify for you. The Buddhists are taught to create merit by doing gong li. You benefit the public. Let me tell you, there's a difference. You do it like that. That's what Master Shenhua teaches his disciples, and his disciples teach at the same line. What I'm teaching you is slightly different. I expect so much better from you. What I expect you is that when you public spirit it means that there's a sense there where you benefit others, okay, and quite often at your own expenses. That's that kind of mindset. Okay? Contrary to ordinary people, especially Westerners, Western education, they only think of me, and me. That's the only thing that matters. Okay? And there's a lack of wisdom right there. Okay? Because if the only thing you do is to plot for yourself and grasp for yourself and grab for yourself, okay? All you're doing is what? Exhausting your blessings. This is why people in the world are so confused. They have no ideas. That they thought that, if I calculate, I figure out how to benefit myself, and who gives a damn about others, okay? They don't realize they simply are, little girl, exhausting their blessings. So all the blessings your mom gave you is gone if you keep on using it. Is that clear? Whereas if you simply have the spirit of doing the same thing, okay? But your mind says that I'm doing this because I want to benefit others, even at times at my own expenses, okay? Then you're creating blessings. A lot more blessings than you imagine. Difference, very important distinction here. We're taught by our education that we benefit ourselves. Who else is going to take care of us? We don't grab it. Someone else will. Okay? Right? That is exhausting, using up your blessings. That's what you're doing. You don't realize that. If you really have wisdom, you don't realize that you're able to do that because you have blessings. That's why you're able to make money and make a profit and grab things, steal things, because it's your blessings maturing. Okay? It's your own wealth that's being transformed. Okay? Your blessing being transformed into a car, into some jewelry you're stealing, some watches you're stealing, some money you're stealing from your employer. That's all you're doing. Wake up. Whereas if you go to work, okay, and there is a contract there with your company, with your boss. It says, you do the work for me, I pay you. Okay, that's part of your blessings. Okay, it matures because your blessing maturing, therefore money comes in. Okay, it has to come from somewhere. It's not going to come from thin air. Your money doesn't come from thin air. It comes from your own blessings that being translated into money. So far, so good. So that's why when you have a job, you're supposed to do your job because it's a contractual agreement between you and the company. Okay? That's fine. You have to use up your blessings somehow. All right? But if that's all you have at work, you say, I'm gonna squeeze as much money out of my company as possible. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? But you simply are continuing to exhaust your blessings. Whereas if you come to work and you say, yeah, I'm supposed to do this, but you do the extra. Let me help. I go beyond my job description that I agreed with my company. That's helping others. And that's the kind of mindset. Okay? Then you're creating blessings for yourself. So you should have a balance. You cannot simply go to work and keep on taking money and getting paid and not think about replenishing your blessings. And this is what ordinary people fail to understand. Yes, if you're a cop, you're supposed to run patrols and so forth, but it's not uncommon for a policeman to say, I need to do this because even though my shift is up, but I need to take care of this person. That's your blessing right there. We have the chance to exhaust our blessings, make our blessings mature in form of salary, in forms of benefits and so forth. That's normal. But it's the extra that you give beyond yourself. That's what replenishes your blessings. So the Buddhists are taught that. We taught that merit. When I told you about going to work and you do more than you're supposed to, more than you asked, that's what is called merit in Buddhism. Because in that spirit there, you say, I don't have to do this, but I want to do it because it's the right thing for me to do. I feel better by myself. Anyone? I know it doesn't happen very often to you. Huh? Okay. See, only a handful of people. The rest of you, I don't care. Huh? Okay? And so, that's a Buddhist spirit right there. Okay? The spirit of merit, meaning that we help, we do something that puts others' interests before ours. Yes, I put in, yes, I'm supposed to clock out, but let me give it a few more minutes, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes of my time. No one needs to know because this person needs my help. Because my boss has been kind to me, so he deserves this from me. That's merit right there. And you see, the spirit there, it's not about one-to-one. It's a gift. You give. And this person, okay, you want to benefit this person, you don't think about yourself. That's the kind of merit spirit that we're talking about in Buddhism. Very important distinction. And that's what, by the way, this is what we thrive on. We have so many of you coming and with that kind of spirit. I want to help. And you do stupid things, okay? Even if you do stupid things, you are creating so much merit because of your intentions are that you put others' interests before you. That's merit. The merit we're talking about. Does it help, sir?
Yes, it helps. Can I just add on to what you just said? I need a little bit more clarification. So when we come to the Fo Qi or the Guan Yin Qi, and we're reciting the name of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, how are we doing that extra bit?
No, that's different. Not at all. Okay, I'm talking about daily life. Okay, the spirit of merit in your daily life that's not taught to you by your professors, by your parents. It's not explained to you that clearly because a little bit there of the generosity you have in your heart will help you accrue blessings that you're all capable of doing. That's what you're doing anyway without being asked. Okay? And my point is that I know you've been doing, every one of us is capable of doing it because of the goodness in our heart. We all have that. Okay? But you should do it more often. Then you create more merit for yourself. When you do that, okay, you're accruing blessings. With those blessings, that's when you're able to encounter something called a Fo Qi. Because without blessings, you cannot encounter. Trust me. The old monk at DTT, he says, how many people in California, 10 million people in California, how many people are here? Okay, reciting Buddha's name. You recite a Buddha's name, you create so many blessings for yourself. Incredible amount of blessings. And the fact you're here, there is a price of entry. Did you know that? Unless you have a lot of blessings, you cannot come here. It's nothing we can do. We want to help you. We can organize a big thing, and it's a wonderful thing. It's very flashy. Even Brad Pitt joins. Okay, he sits right there. A special chair just for him. Okay, well, I'm not into Brad Pitt. I'm more into Olivia Dunn nowadays. You don't know her. Never mind. It's okay. You don't have to know her. I got distracted. Excuse me. Okay? So even though it's a flashy thing, it is a very big thing, and if you don't have the blessings, you cannot come. If you come, you don't have enough blessings to stay, you leave. You get afflicted and you leave. Someone look at you, what are you doing here? Why are you so rude to me? I don't need you. Leave. Okay? So that's what happens. It's a two-step process. Okay? Like the dance. You need to have blessings first. Okay? And because your blessings, naturally, you don't need necessarily have to go to the temple, because most of you don't go to temples. Most of you are capable of helping your neighbors, helping your brothers, helping your mother, helping a total stranger. That's how you accrue blessings. Because it's that spirit, folks, that you are willing to help others, okay, that creates the kind of blessings of helping others for the sake of helping others. No other reason. Okay? That special kind of blessings is what you need to come here. But if you have blessings where you say, let me help you make more money, that helps. Okay? That's not a kind of blessing will allow you to come here. Because the people here, look around you, the people who stand up here, who sit over there, and who's cooking over there, who's cleaning around and taking care of the yard and so forth, they do it with the spirit of helping only. And that's the price of admission, folks. It's beyond me. It's nothing I can do. If you don't have those blessings, you cannot come in. You don't have those enough blessings, you come in, you have to leave. And that's what happened to this couple. He never taught them. They believed him because they suck his blood. Whenever I Master, I have this problem. And Master said, let me see, let me take care of it for you. Okay? So, the kind of blessings that's required, that you need to have, this is, again, is beyond us. It's nothing I can do unless you have those blessings yourself, by helping your church, by helping your synagogue, by helping the homeless, by helping, when you don't have to. Okay? That's what brings you here. And once you enter here, that's why we teach you, we help you create a different kind of blessings, far superior kind of blessings, which is called reciting the Buddha's name. This is incredible blessings that you cannot otherwise generate yourself without our help. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. So in order to go to Pureland, do we need a tremendous blessing, right? Unimaginably blessing.
Yeah, you need a lot of blessings. If you don't have it, someone has to give it to you. Is that clear? Did I answer your question, sir?
Did.
So that's why it takes blessings for you to come in, okay? Special kind of blessings. And this is why even people who have a lot of blessings, if it's the wrong kind of blessings, they still cannot come in. Okay? And then once you come in, then you generate a lot more blessings. Okay? And so that's why you have blessing to enter another temple, the other temple, and so forth. That's your own blessings. But if you can, you look at yourself, how often you go back to that? And when you go there, what kind of blessings are you generating once you're there? Okay? And this is, I speak it very clearly for you, because from this story here, I'm disappointed that my teacher make them so dependent on him. He didn't teach them to generate blessings. That's why they had to leave. After 5 years, they had to leave. Because they kept on saying, Master, what happened to my dog? Okay? Yeah. Because if you come in, okay, but you fail to generate enough blessings, you cannot stay. You have to leave. And that's nothing we can do. So the Dharma is designed to help you create blessings, okay, for you to continue to cultivate, okay, and cultivate. The more you cultivate, the more blessings are required for you to continue to make progress. All right? If you don't have enough blessings, okay, for you to improve, then you stay put. And that's a problem with them. They stay put. All right, any questions? Okay, so in Buddhism, we teach you about blessings and virtue. Okay, so blessing here, I explained to you blessings already. Virtue is another thing that you eventually understand more when the more you cultivate, the more you understand about virtue. Okay? Yes, in the back.
Yeah, Josai, I have a question regarding affliction. Would you mind going back to that? I realized that afflictions, we usually think of like negative emotions, but then what about the emotions that make you happy? Like if you're excited or if you're pleased with something, at what point do you decide that those emotions are an affliction versus something that you can enjoy?
You enjoy feeling good? Don't you feel guilty when you enjoy it?
No.
You don't?
I enjoy feeling good.
Oh my God. How is it possible? You're not pure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so impure. A true cultivator would not enjoy herself. So specifically, when you recited the Buddha's name this afternoon, did you enjoy yourself? Careful, careful.
Yes.
That's an affliction. You should stop it. And what did you do when you enjoy yourself? You roll around, you sing, and then... What did you do when you enjoy yourself?
I'm not sure. It's a sense of peace. It just feels nice. But I only dance during Guanyin Chi, I think.
Not anymore? Oh, thank God.
Sorry.
Let me ask you, she's probably the only one who feels a sense of joy and peace. The rest of you don't, right? Not at all. You weren't even here when you talking about. But those of you who are here, did you enjoy yourself? This is important. I need to know. Huh? Did you enjoy yourself? Yes, in the back. No, she's going to dance now. Yes, in the back.
Master, I don't know, but for some reason, your Fochi is very delightful.
Another one.
In reciting the Buddha name seems to be familiar, and it just brings peace and bliss compared to Guanyin Chi last time. I'm sorry.
Anyone, please, anyone has a horrible experience this afternoon? Xian She's pretending, man. What are you talking about, right? Okay. It's nothing wrong with feeling peaceful, feeling blissful. It's perfectly okay. Just don't dance. Okay? It's natural. It's natural that you feel peaceful, you feel good. It's a very natural thing. You feel good and peaceful, Xian Tong? You finished cooking? Who's cooking? Ruler. That's why she's here, but I don't see her. Okay. That's Sunday tomorrow. Yeah, very good. Okay. It's perfectly okay to feel peaceful, to feel blissful, to enjoy yourself. Nothing wrong with it. Okay? Now what's wrong with it? When is it wrong? Eight.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so in terms of happiness or pleasure from, say, drugs or like sexual activity or, doing things that you like watching a movie or listening to music, would those types of happiness be considered afflictions in contrast?
You mean you're asking me?
Yes, Master. I know you watch a lot of movies. So.
I do? No. There. Let's not start a rumor. Only James Bond movies. Maybe Mission Impossible. The old ones. The last one I heard it's terrible. Anyway, I know I'm kind of unusual in that sense, because typically you go to the temple, you're supposed to be pure. I don't like purity. I think purity is hogwash. It's okay to enjoy yourself, because that natural feeling of joy, of bliss, of peace is a natural. Okay? What you should avoid doing is anticipating that or looking for it again. If it arises naturally, it's okay. It will pass by itself. But if you say, that's nice, I want to see another James Bond movie, then it's an attachment. You understand? If you happen, like I do, to walk into a movie of James Bond and you enjoy it, it's natural. But if after I watch it and really enjoyed it a lot, and I say, I want to see another one, that's not good. It should be, next time, be natural again. You don't sound convinced. My point being that, you see, you're all joking because you say, that's not possible, right? That's my point completely. When you're here, during the Fochi, okay, it's okay to experience those joys and peace and bliss. That's natural. It will happen to you, to almost all of you, okay? Okay, and it happens naturally. So the instruction is that it happens naturally. The only thing you need to worry about is don't look for it again in the afternoon, in the evening, next day, following day. That's the only thing taboo about it, is that don't look for it again. Don't expect for it again. If it happens again naturally, like I happen to walk into another James Bond movie, it's a good thing. I mean, it's normal. Because I happen to hang around the right places. Same thing. You make yourself come to the Buddha hall, and then you happen to experience the bliss and say, okay, in the afternoon I do it again, and you experience the bliss again. That's natural. Nothing wrong with it. Don't be attached. That's the point. I'm not attached, really. So the point is that I know it's very easy to become attached, okay? Your training during the day, during the chi, is that when you become attached to it, drop it. That's the real training. It's not so much you're not supposed to feel attached to it, okay? All you have to do is when you realize you look forward to it, you're attached to seeing the movie again, that's when I drop it. Only here in the Buddha hall. That's all you have to do. I'm very precise for you. You only have to do what you hear. And after you hear, you go home, be attached all you want. I don't care. If you can do it here in the Buddha Hall for the duration, it's success. Mission accomplished. That's it. It's that simple. And then you go back and live your normal life. Okay? But the reason we do it that way is because to give you the training that you can drop it when you hear. That's all I'm asking you. Is it clear? Just drop it when you hear. That's all. Because you choose to drop it. That's the training. And once you go home, you don't want to drop it, fine, don't drop it. Okay? But one day when you say, I'm not sure it's good for me, then you realize that you can drop it too. That's when you can use the training here. It's your choice. That's what this training is about. It's not to turn you into a pure person. Okay? It's not that at all. We only want you to learn to drop it while you hear. That's all. Is that clear enough for you? I don't care who you are. Lay person, left home people, same thing. When you're receiving training, drop it. That's all. You walk out of here, be yourself. For all I care. It's much harder for you to drop it here only, and you go out, be yourself, and come back here and drop it again. It's a real skill there. I'm training you. Because when you walk out, you're preparing for your normal life. When you come back here, you're receiving training again. Does it help? That's all we want you to do. For 1 hour, 2 hours, that's all you have to do. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Don't miss that opportunity, because some of you don't have 1 day. You may only have 1 hour, half hour. That's all you have to do. Attend morning ceremony, same thing. Okay? Drop it. Follow along with the ceremony. Drop everything else. For 1 hour. Do it by pieces. Okay? And you then are training yourself to drop it when you want to. That's the most useful skill you're going to have the rest of your life. And it doesn't stop there, by the way. You can drop it now, at this level. You will improve in this next level. Then you learn to drop at this level, and the next level, the next level. It gets better and better and better. This is why I want you to keep improving. It gets better. The James Bond movie, it doesn't get better. Okay? I still like it. But you can do better. It gets better and better and better. That's a promise. Stop here today. Thank you, everyone.